waiting for the right time to do something, you could be your own biggest problem, you know? Certain things I do instantly because if I overthink it, I will not do it. It was building my confidence as well because interviews are nerve-wracking. Hello, it's Laifa. Welcome to La La Land, where I share some of my thoughts and feelings, having recently done a career pivot, career transition. You know that already if you've been following and watching, so I don't need to repeat myself. So apologies for that. But just for the people that may be new, come along. I want to talk about starting before you're ready. I think this is something that I'm really good at. I don't necessarily know if it's a good thing. So I say that because a lot of things in life that might be certain goals and milestones, we as human beings, we're waiting for the right time, we're waiting for the right moment, we're waiting for the right space, the right people, enough money. There are so many things that we're waiting for, and certain things I do instantly because if I overthink it, I will not do it. I started YouTube in a time where YouTube wasn't really what it is today. And when I started taking it seriously, I didn't really overthink it because what was there to think about? And I know that a lot of people feel like, oh, they have to wait till they get the right camera. They have to wait until they get the right microphone. They have to wait until, look, you don't have, just start. It's good if you can have these things in place. It is. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. But if that is the thing that is holding you back, and it's been holding you back for a significant amount of time, and especially if maybe finances or access to certain resources is an issue for you, just start. I have the microphones, I have the cameras, I have. But guess what I'm using to record my audio right now? My phone. I'm using my phone. Why? Because I need something quick, easy, accessible to get hold of. I'm doing multiple things nowadays. I don't have the time and the resources to set up lights, camera, microphones and action because I'm doing so many things and my 9 to 5 takes up the best part of my day. So just start. I haven't scripted today. I just know that I want to talk about, I would advise scripting because it just helps you so you don't go off on a tangent like myself. But starting before you're ready. Another example of me starting before I'm ready is bearing children. Now, I wouldn't necessarily advise that because children are expensive, but I wasn't in a financial situation to be having any sort of child. But guess what? I survived. They're surviving. We're here. Nobody has died. We thank God. Like, waiting for the right time to do something, you could be your own biggest problem, you know? I want to carry on in that by talking about starting before you're ready when it comes to career transitioning. So I did this course, and before the course completed, I started applying for work within the area that I'm in now, right? I was banging out my CV, throwing it to everyone and anyone. I had not completed the course. So by not completing, you already know that I wasn't ready. I was not ready, but it was important for me, for the type of person that I am, it was important for me that I just had to start, because what happened is when I started getting interviews, which took a while because I did not get interviews straight away. So I had to try many different ways of tailoring my CV to get the type of interviews that I wanted. By the time I started getting interviews, I had a better understanding of what works on my CV for the type of jobs that I wanted because I started practicing. There are better ways and easier ways to go around this. If you have a career coach, great. If you have a mentor, great. But these are not necessary. In a way, I had somebody who I considered a mentor, yes, and somebody else who was encouraging me, but I did not have a paid subscription of access to somebody like that. Some people pay for mentors, they pay for coaches. I did not have those sort of resources. So it was learning through my experiences. And what I learned through those first initial interviews is how to interview for these type of roles, because you now present yourself in a different fashion. It's not it's not I'm not necessarily in a creative career. I'm not in a creative industry. It's corporate, babes. So you come differently. Do you know what I mean? So it was it was building my confidence as well, because interviews are nerve-wracking, right? It's scary. Even if you are the most seasoned in your field, having an interview is not the easiest experience. And also through interviews, I learned that it's not just the company interviewing me or the interviewer interviewing me, it's also me interviewing them, in asking the right questions. What are the things that are important to me? What are the things that I care about for the company or the business that I want to be in? So it's a two-way street. And the only way I learned that was through experience. I went for a lot of interviews. That's just an example of me starting before I'm ready. Another example is, I guess, when I got the role that I'm in now, I was not ready for this role. One would say I should have spent more time practicing, more time reading, more time learning, so that learning on the job would be somewhat easier. But guess what? Nobody died. I'm still here. But I started before one would say I was ready. And I think it also goes for promotions. Don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait until you feel like you're about to be shoved out. Prepare almost like a deck, and you now have to prove as to why you deserve what you think you deserve. And there's always going to be pushback because companies want to save money. But it's good to experience that. Start having your documents. And when I say documents, I mean your evidence as to why you feel that you deserve what you deserve. That's as if you're going for it. Because even though some people are offered promotions, it's not always the case. I'd love for you to share some of the experiences that you've had in terms of your career or anything in life where you've had to start before you're ready. Or if you're not that kind, you like to wait until you're ready. What sort of journey do you take? How do you get around that to achieving what you want to achieve? But this is just something that works for me. I think I'll do that one day, not today, but I'll talk about one of the most, not the most horrible one, but one of the, like an interview that I had that was really bad because I wasn't ready. I was not ready. And it wasn't that I didn't prepare. I prepared for the interview, but I just wasn't ready. There's a difference between preparing for something and just not being ready. I guess I prepared to the best of my ability as of then, but my ability just wasn't there yet. So if you can comment on this video or comment on a previous video or just it helps me out a lot because it's encouraging to get some feedback. And I'm not just, yes, I know I'm talking to air right now. I'm just talking to this camera, but I'm going to publish this to, the world. It's nice to get some feedback, especially when I'm seeing the numbers, but it's, if you haven't already subscribed, hit the like button. I should say all of that if I haven't already anyway. The moral of the story is start before you're ready. Until the next one. Bye.